Are you someone who's wanting to try out digital art and you want to see if purchasing the iPad Pro 2020 is still worth it at this time of the year? Stay tuned. This is Lonay and you are watching Launchy Booth. Today we're gonna be doing another episode of unboxing. We're gonna be unboxing the iPad Pro 2020. Now, maraming mag-iisip sa atin ngayon kung bakit natin pinurchase yung iPad Pro 2020 when in fact, palabas na yung iPad Air 4. So, sasagutin natin mamaya yan with a quick comparison. And who knows, baka paglabas natin ng video na to is baka nga available na yung iPad Air 4 that comes in different colors. Ang ganda! Thank you very much Power Mac for making it very convenient for your customers. So nakapagpa-reserve kami ng walang hassle. When we got there, ang hirap makakuha ng stocks ng iPad Pro 2020 sa panahon ngayon. I guess due to the pandemic and also kasi fourth quarter of the year na kasi magkakaroon ng mga certain announcements ang Apple sa mga bagong product lineup nila. Kasi hindi sila nauubusan ng mga idea. Two parts of the video. The first part would be unboxing the device, syempre. Kasi alam naman natin lahat na sobrang rewarding yun pag meron tayong bagong gadget. And the second thing that we're gonna do is meron tayong close-up to check the specifications of the device and also do a quick review, of course. On top sa iPad Pro, since it's gonna be digital art, we also purchase yung Apple Pencil 2. So, one thing that's very convenient with Apple is napakadaling buksan ng mga gadgets nila. So, so meron tayong quick pull dito. There we go. Ito siya sa loob. Matagal ko nang gustong gawin to eh. Focus ba? Focus. Yeah. And main event, the iPad Pro. Ba natin itong box. Power Mac, maraming salamat ulit. Let's open ng device. Yeah. Napakadali, napakasarap, sobrang gratifying.
Wow! Unlike pag kinausap mo yung mga ibang babae dyan, napakahirap malaman kung anong gusto nila sa buhay. There we go.
So this is the iPad Pro 2020. Buksan na natin siya. Ito na siya. Quick tab dito para mahatak ng iPad Pro. And there we go. Dahan-dahanin lang natin para masarap. Kitang-kita kagad yung camera.
Very creamy.
So here it is. I got the iPad Pro 11-inch Space Gray variant. Ang gwapo niya, no? Okay, so ang gagawin muna natin is set up ko muna to really quick and then we're gonna do the in-depth specification review. By the way, stay tuned lang kayo hanggang matapos yung video kasi after ng video, we're gonna do a quick sample ng drawing or sketch using the iPad Pro 2020. So, check it out as well. Okay, so nandito na tayo sa second part ng unboxing natin. So this would be yung in-depth check sa specifications ng device natin. So we're gonna start with the Apple Pencil 2. So this is the box. Slides out very conveniently. So what's included in the box would be this one. Ito yung pencil. Comes with this plastic. So yung major difference ng Pencil 2 dun sa Pencil 1 is matte yung finish niya. Masarap siyang hawakan. Tapos may isang side dito na flat. Yung before kasi is completely round if I'm not mistaken. And yung Pencil 1 kasi pag charge before is sinusuksok siya or pinapasok siya dun sa charging port nung iPad sa ilalim. So dito banda yun. This one, pag i-charge siya, ididikit mo na lang siya. Makikita natin mamaya. So that's one of the highlights of the Pencil 2. The Pencil 2 is going to be compatible for the iPad Pro 2.9 inch and 11 inch. And I believe yung iPad Air 4 is also compatible dito sa Pencil 2.
Okay.
So dito na tayo sa iPad Pro. Nilagyan ko na nga pala ng mats.
Guess ito yung user guide. Okay, alright. More stuff. Stickers. And yun lang.
So it also comes with this Type-C charger na 1 meter. And 18 watts na power brick. From what I've read, the iPad Pro would be fully charged around 2.5 hours. So yung screen protector na nilagay natin, yun yung paper-like feel. Pinalitan ko na rin yung wallpaper. So ito yung paper-like feel para pag nag-drawing ka, feeling paper. And we're gonna check its parts, of course. So sa top, makikita natin dito yung dalawang speakers. Tapos meron tayong microphones dito. May isa pang microphone dito. Yan. So tatlo in total. Volume rocker. Kasi yung magnetic strip para sa magnetic connector para sa Apple Pencil. Kung yung iPad nyo is cellular, dito dapat mapopwesto yung SIM tray. Yan. So dito yung USB-C connector. Tapos yung dalawang pang speakers. So technically, 4 yung speakers niya lahat, stereo. There you go. Sa likod naman, makikita natin yung camera, which we're gonna have it discuss later. The feel of the iPad is still awesome, as always. Medyo matte siya. Tapos, nandito yung magnetic connector for the smart keyboard. Yung kanina sinasabi ko, for the Apple Pencil 2, dito siya natin. Ching! Apple Pencil is connected, tapos sasabihin niya rin kung ilang percent yung battery niya. Yeah, 100%. So yung mga specifications ng iPad natin, it's 11 inches yung display niya, of course. Tapos meron siyang resolution of 1668 by 2388 pixels. O meron siyang 265 pixel per inch density. Scratch resistant yung glass niya, polyphobic coating. And meron siyang true tone. So yung true tone, ibig sabihin nag-a-adjust siya depende sa environment ambience niya. So pagdating naman sa camera, so meron tayong dalawang camera dito, isang wide saka ultra wide. So papasin nyo, meron pang pangatlo dito. This is gonna be the LiDAR scanner. Yun yung something na yung iPad Pro lang meron. So when it comes to video recording, it can record 4K at 24, 30, and 60 para sa wide lens and 60 frames per second para dun sa ultra wide. For 1080 HD video, it can record 30 frames to 60 frames per second. For 720 high definition video recording at 30 frames per second. So lastly, ang pinakagusto ko dito sa iPad Pro is meron siyang 120Hz refresh rate. So ibig sabihin, mas smooth yung pag-transition natin sa mga web pages, sa pag-browse, and overall yung experience. The iPad Pro was released earlier this year. So knowing that the iPad Air 4 is just around the corner, to be exact, is palabas na talaga siya actually. Bakit namin hindi hinintay yung iPad Air 4 at we purchased the iPad Pro na kagad. So let's talk about the differences muna. So yung price ng iPad Pro is 47,990, which has 128GB, and this is gonna be purely for Wi-Fi. Against yung 256 na memory ng iPad Air 4 cost around 42,990 pesos. So there's a difference of 5,000 pesos. Is the 5,000 peso difference worth it para sa akin? Syempre oo, kasi bilhin na natin yung iPad Pro. And to answer that questions, we're gonna discuss yung specifications ng Pro and quick comparison sa Air 4. Una is yung RAM. Yung RAM sa iPad Pro is 6GB against 4GB sa iPad Air 4. So this spells out na sa iPad Pro is makaka-work on tayo on much more layers pagdating sa Procreate and other digital applications. Second is yung tinatawag nating ProMotion dun sa iPad. Meron siyang 120Hz refresh rate against 60Hz sa Air 4. Let's do a quick demonstration. Pag meron tayong 120Hz refresh rate is walang latency dun sa pencil. Pero sabi naman nila, ayon sa mga reviews, yung difference ng 120 and 20Hz is 0.9 milliseconds lang. Pero again, mas maganda mag-work dun sa top of the line na tablet, of course. Next is yung brightness. The iPad Pro has a total of 600 nits against 500 sa iPad Air 4. Pagdating sa display, the iPad Pro has 11 inches. Sa Air 4 naman, meron 10.9. Pero to be honest, if you're gonna ask me, it doesn't make much of a difference. Hardly noticeable. So kapag tinabi mo yung Air 4 sa iPad Pro 11-inch, it's hard to tell kasi sobrang liit lang ng differences sa bezels. Next would be yung camera. Sa iPad Pro, meron tayong LiDAR, meron tayong wide sa ultra wide. Again, so sa iPad Air 4 that only has one 12 megapixel camera. Next up natin yung speakers. Yung speakers naman dito, it has 4 speakers against sa dalawa lang sa iPad Air 4. Now, a quick demonstration kung gaano kaganda yung tunog ng Pro. Next would be in security. The iPad Pro has the Face ID against dun sa Air 4 na fingerprint. Sabi nila yung fingerprint would be much more convenient sa panahon natin ngayon kasi everyone's wearing mask. Sa akin naman, it doesn't really matter kasi sa bahay lang naman gagamitin yung Pro. So, it's not a deal breaker. Last thing that we're gonna discuss, and certainly not the least, is yung chip. So, the iPad Pro runs on the A12Z Bionic chip against the A14. Yung A14 is gonna be 2 generations advanced dun sa 12Z. I've done my review and looked it up online, and a lot of people actually says na yung A12Z Bionic chip is the mightiest Apple chip for intensive tasks. And there's no way in hell na yung A14 can outperform the A12Z. Pero of course, it remains to be proven. Yun lang naman is naaayon sa mga nabasa natin at na-review natin. So with all that being said, yun yung mga reasons kung bakit natin pinili si iPad Pro kesa paghintay dun sa iPad Air 4. And for me, the iPad Pro still remains to be the top tablet for digital artists. There you go. Hopefully, we're able to help you guys out with making the decision if you're gonna purchase the iPad Pro 2020. Of course, dun sa mga iPad Pro users na, kindly comment down below kung ano yung naging experience nyo. As promised, meron tayong sample drawing ng sketch that was done on the iPad Pro. Please take note na wala tayong makuhang paper-like screen protector. So, this was done sa glass lang na medyo madulas. Again, this is Lonay and you have been watching Lonay Boom!